Are you on any medication?
Nah.
You can tell me. It's a safe space.
No,
Me, you, and the viewers.
I mean, for different things, but nothing for mental health related or like focus or anything like that.
For blood pressure?
Nah.
Oh, my fault.
Crazy mother.
What's going on, brother?
How you doing?
Good, man.
Yeah, we about to just get right started.
We about to be walking by the water. It's gonna be windy, so we're gonna tuck the mics in the shirt like this.
Gotcha.
Put the magnet on the outside. There you go. Put that on the outside of the shirt, then you stick that inside.
Perfection.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, we about to do a walkie walk, man.
Let's do it, man.
Shoot, he
I'm
literally
excited.
got like new sneakers, walking sneakers for
Nah, I
this.
told him, I said, I gotta bring the good shoes.
Or those are fresh Nikes.
Arch support.
Yeah. We're about to go to the boardwalk, and then we're gonna walk through the Rye Town Park. Just walk up the boardwalk. You ever been out here before?
Nah, first time.
This is the right playland, man. City of Angelos.
City of Angelo.
Yeah, man. So what's up, guys? Is your last name Speaking? No way.
Nah, absolutely
okay.
not. Not at all. Nah, that'd be crazy.
We got Jordan in the building. What is your last name?
Smith.
Jordan Smith.
Yes, sir.
Huge mental health advocate. I think May is some type of mental health awareness month.
Yes, it is, man. We're in Mental Health Awareness Month right now, man. It's a big time. You're gonna see a lot of events taking place and stuff like that. So,
What exactly do you do to advocate for mental health?
yeah, so I'm a mental health speaker. So I go to different universities, organizations speaking on mental health. Most notably, I was at Yale University in February speaking on mental health, so that was dope. And then on top of that, I'm a life coach. So I take clients, and then I got a podcast. So Daily Dimensions is the podcast.
Right.
We talk about mental health and wellness, and got an episode for everything.
What made you want to get into that field?
I went to school for social work, and a lot of it was like I had a passion for wanting to help people. And as I got older, it was really lived experience because I started dealing with my own mental health issues like post-graduation. And once I got through that, navigated it, went to therapy, I was like, I got a story to tell.
Right.
And I felt like, I don't know, like an obligation to help people and like a duty to help people, I guess, feel the way I feel now, which is happy and joy. So, yeah, it's been like that ever since, man.
So would you say something like, did you have to go through like a traumatic experience and be like, damn, I gotta help other people because I don't want anybody else to feel like this?
You don't have to go through that, but I definitely went through that, man.
Yeah.
I was going through a lot, man. I had gone through a bad breakup. One of my friends, we lost him to suicide. And then my mentor passed away. And this was all in like a 2-3 month stretch. And that I was cooked after that. So I was in a dark place, man. Depression, anxiety, panic attacks, all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And I had the right support system around me, though. That's really what made all the difference. Whether it was my friends, my mom, and then connecting with therapy, changed everything.
How do you feel like your environment affects your mental health? Wait, real quick before you answer, Tim, can you take like a couple more steps forward so it's like a wider shot, so we're more just like in the center? Good looking, bro. Yeah. How do you feel the environment affects your mental health? Because you're from Connecticut, so I know it's like, damn. it might have an effect on your mental health.
Being in Connecticut, definitely. I mean, being in any, because specifically I'm from Bridgeport, and Bridgeport is very different than most other places in Connecticut. It'll take an effect on your mental health, man. Just being in any inner city will really affect your mental health, man, because it's like societal pressure, friends in and out of jail, or involved in the wrong thing, or whatever it may be. And then just navigating life for yourself and figuring out this adulting thing, that alone will put some pressure on you, man. But your environment is everything. So I try my best to surround myself with people who are like-minded, people who are trying to heal and grow and be on the same path I'm on, because you need that encouragement along the way. If you don't got a village, you'll fall apart.
It takes a village.
Yeah.
Very important. Okay, I like that. I like this because I'm getting a free therapy session. Hello.
This is billable hours. You might have to.
I'm saying people be paying $150. We're gonna go all the way down Simi, all the way down to the tippy tip of the dock, and then bring it all the way back, all the way through the park. So you say you do life coaching.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that really entails?
So one thing is coaching is super different from therapy. Therapy, they'll diagnose you. They can like do so many other things a coach can't do.
Uh-huh.
The big thing with coaching is it's about goal setting. So we'll sit down, see what your goals are, what are the barriers to these goals, and then how can I help you get to that? And a lot of people, that's really what they need. You know, it's like, I have a desire to get to a certain place in life.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. I don't have the resources to do it. Can you help me? And a lot of that's really what people need. But I have had people who need more than what I can offer, and they need therapy, and I've referred them out.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a thing.
Do you work with kids at all?
Yeah, actually. I don't like doing it.
Uh-huh.
I really don't, man.
Why is that?
They energy just be different, bro.
Kids, the YNs or
the YN community, bro. Their energy is different, and trying to get them to focus be the hardest part, man. But I run a weekly podcast group with some kids at elementary school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we bring stuff, set it up with them, and they do a podcast based on social emotional learning.
Uh-huh.
And it's a good time, man. They've taken to it. Some of them love it. Some of them are like, "Mister, can we do something else?" And I'm like, "No, we're doing this."
That's awesome. Yeah, I've been teaching kids podcasting in Mount Vernon High School, which is like, it's actually different. That shit used to be like a freedom writer school, but now it toned it down. And now it's teaching this college-bound students how to podcast.
I've been seeing some of your clips too, man, that you teaching.
Yeah, I love it.
You got a gift for it, bro.
I appreciate it. Yeah, nah, I really try to live by the motto, you got to be the person that you needed when you was younger.
Yeah.
Like, everybody was like a gatekeeper of information trying
Bro,
to grow
I
up.
still feel like some people are gatekeepers for information.
I be calling them out. I'm like, bro, just tell me what the fuck. Like, what's going on, man?
You don't gain nothing by not telling me what's up.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm not your direct competition. Just help me.
I'll just give the information. I ain't gonna be here forever. And then, you know, and at the end of the day, they're like, oh yeah, Angelo put me on. I'm like, oh, and it actually works out.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you what do you really? Who's on your podcast? Is what I should say. Like, can you talk about your podcast a little bit?
Yeah. So that started back in 2020, and 2020 it felt like everybody was doing a podcast. But now you see who really stuck around and who didn't, and we've got over 100 episodes, all mental health and wellness. We bring on guests, different speakers. We worked with your boy one time, LaRussell.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
That was dope, man. That was a blessing. So yeah, it's a good time, man. It's on all platforms, and we got episodes. We talk about suicide, depression. We also have more lighthearted episodes that are kind of fun, and we're talking about pop culture. So it's a little bit of everything. I think podcasting really was the gateway to all this stuff I'm doing now. Because I started with that led to speaking led to coaching, coaching led to the events.
Let's talk about the big shaboozy coming up, the barbecue.
Yeah, man. So the 3rd annual Men's Mental Health Cookout.
Uh-huh.
I'm excited. It's July 19th, West Haven, Connecticut. And that came about just because there was a need for spaces for men. As I was doing this, I was like, okay, I really want to reach people like me, you know, young melanated men.
Uh-huh.
And those were the hardest people to reach.
Right.
Because it was hard to get them to realize, okay, maybe I do have an issue. How do I navigate this issue?
Yeah.
How can I talk about this without like feeling weak? Because that was the common theme. You know, I had one person was like, yeah, I'll come to the barbecue, but nothing's wrong with my mental health. And I'm like, it's not an admission that it is. It's just an event, you know? And if it applies, it applies. But yeah, that was the hardest thing. So it came about to create that space for them and really just let them know that, you know, the support is there.
Word.
And we've been doing it ever since.
It looked good. It looked dope. I seen the photos.
It's a good experience, man.
It just, you know, I noticed 2 things. No alcohol was there.
Not at all.
There was no huzz. But
Nah.
yeah, it's good because you got to stay focused, my brother.
Yo, you got to, man. And that'll completely change the dynamic, man. Because once you introduce alcohol or whatever substances, it's not a mental health event no more.
It's all of our triggers.
You know what I'm saying? It's all triggers and vices. Like, it's not that event no more. We done changed. It's the club at this point. It's a kickback. But yeah, it's good. And no woman, because it's like there's a lot of things men want to talk about, but won't do it with woman present.
Okay.
You know, like let's talk about how you really feel in relationships. Let's talk about what your boundaries in relationships are really like. Let's talk about how that breakup really affected you, because a lot of men don't do that. You know, so that was the space for them to talk, ask questions, chill, get to know each other, build community, because a lot of men live in isolation.
I feel like you're really big on like this community therapy.
Community is everything, man. Community will really heal you. It's about being around the right people and
Bro, I feel
being
that.
vulnerable with people.
And I literally, as of like 2-3 weeks ago, I literally realized that shit. Because like when I'm going through something and I feel depressed and I feel alone, I'm like, yo, let me schedule a walk and talk with somebody. Let me hit up Tim. We gotta do something, bro. I gotta be around some
people
love.
and you good.
Word.
So you ever see them post online and it's like, yeah, my family doesn't know this or my friends don't know this, but every time I'm around them, it heals me a little bit.
I see that. You see, your algorithm different than mine.
It might be. But I've seen posts like that, and it just speaks to the power of community. Because the people you surround yourself with will either bring you up or tear you down. If you're around 5 idiots, you're going to be number 6. If you're around 5 hustlers, you're going to be number 6. So if you're around 5 people that's healing, you're going to be number 6.
So aside from, you know, just everybody venting their problems, what else went down at this barbecue last year?
Oh, it's a little everything. Oh, it's a nice dog, man.
Tim Allen.
But yeah, it's literally everything you would expect from a cookout, minus the huzz and the and the liquor. But we had people come and do a live podcast. We had the PlayStation out there, spades, dominoes, music, good food.
Was it mostly people you knew, or did you meet new people? This is at your house, right?
This was at my crib, the first 2 years. This year it's a different location.
Gotcha.
Because we outgrew my backyard. It's a good problem to have.
Right.
But the first one was all people I knew. It was 20 people. I knew all of them. Last year was 50 people.
Left, bro.
Didn't know half of them. Some of them from New York, some from Rhode Island, some from Massachusetts. And to see that many people from the surrounding states come to my backyard, let me know how much of a need there is. Because why doesn't this exist in their state?
Right.
You know? So, and it shows we keep talking about community, the real need for community. That people are willing to drive that far to feel a part of something.
How your legs feel, bro? You be exercising at all?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, especially recently. My legs feel good.
Good.
Trying to get that wind back up, man.
I need some good walking sneakers like that. I got some Puma like cross
Bro,
trainer.
and these is like, cause I try not to spend more than $100 on shoes, cause I used to go crazy on shoes. These is only $90, man.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So right on the Nike website, man. But I had tore my Achilles
Really?
a little over a year ago, trying to relive my hoop dreams.
Damn. How old are you?
31.
Okay, I'm about to turn 33.
Yeah.
But damn, I don't be doing shit like that.
32 in August, and I was like, let me try and get back in shape and go hoop.
Yeah, I just
First day back, tore my Achilles.
I just be shooting foul shots, honestly, by myself.
Bro,
that's
the way
my
it
worst
is.
nightmare. I don't got insurance. I be screwed.
You can't do nothing faster than what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
You trip and fall, it's over.
I read that you once said, safe spaces shouldn't feel like classrooms.
I said that?
Can you allow? I read it on your website, I think.
You're right. And that's the thing with speaking. You speak so much, you start forgetting what you said. And even with my podcast episodes, I'm like, did I talk about this topic already?
Yeah.
And if it was like 50 episodes ago, we doing it again. But nah, safe spaces shouldn't feel like classrooms, man. Safe spaces should feel like home.
What do you mean by that, though? Like, what would make it feel like a classroom?
A lot of times, like, when we get to talking about mental health, it feels too like overly clinical, or like you ever be in a classroom and the teacher's just teaching at you, but not teaching to you?
It's been a while, but yeah.
Yeah. So you're just sitting there, but you're not retaining it. So if we make it feel like home, you'll retain it. It'll resonate with you a little more. You know, it'll make you feel just more at peace, more connected to the information. So it's really about making it relatable to you. And classrooms aren't the most relatable spaces. A lot of time it's just a space. We get in there, do what we got to do and leave. But home is a place you want to stay. So if we can make a safe space feel like home, you never want to leave it.
Do you think if it takes like a certain type of person to do what you do? Because I feel like your overall demeanor is just a very patient man. Like it takes a lot to probably get you to your boiling point.
Man, it took a lot of work to get there. When I was younger, I had a huge anger problem.
Really?
I was that kid, I would punch a hole in the wall.
Oh, wow.
My brothers will tell you, especially my older brother. We definitely got into a lot of fights, man. Like any little thing would just set me off. I'm ready to, you know, start throwing hands. But
Yeah.
now I realize I got too much to lose, you know, and I've learned to manage my anger. And at this age, right, 30 plus.
You got like a degree and shit, so you got like in a career type thing, right?
Well,
What?
this is the career.
Like your own thing, but you don't work for like another like a firm, or something?
Nah, so speaking, coaching, all of that stuff is just all self-employed.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. So I've been trying to be the example, you know, and practice what I preach, because it helps with the authenticity. I can't be out here preaching these things on a podcast every week, and then I'm not living like that. So it's challenging sometimes, because you really, people will test your patience, but you know.
How were you when you were first getting started? How long did it take for you to be able to get yourself established and be able to make like income starting your own company brand and stuff?
Man, it took a while. So I felt I was working in a corporate setting, making good money, and I just was not at peace. I was doing good work. I was working with kids. It was fun. Was not at peace. And I just kept hearing, like, overwhelmingly, you got to quit. You got to just quit and do your own thing. So I saved up my money, left my job, and I said, I'm going to try full-time podcasting.
Okay.
No real plan.
That's a wild idea. Full-time podcasting. Full-time podcasters don't even podcast full-time.
No, they don't. They do other stuff. Podcasts be the side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I jumped into it. I had already had the podcast, and I said, I love this way more than what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I did that, and that led to me speaking. So my first year, I had 3 speaking engagements. Only one of them paid me, and it was $100. So I was living off my savings. Next year, we followed up, doubled the events. All of them were paying. And then, like, God just kept blessing me, man. Anytime I fell short and needed some money, something would just pop up.
Wow.
Whether it's a speaking engagement, donations, somebody just blessing me with some money, it just kept working. Now it's, fast forward, I think it's year 4 now. Same thing. Speaking engagements are growing, getting grant money, hosting events, and I wouldn't recommend anybody do what I did and just quit and go do it with no plan.
Yeah.
But I just had to follow that feeling, you know. And it's like, when you know, you know.
Okay.
And it's been beautiful ever since, man. And it's been able to sustain, pays all my bills.
So you just be talking and talking all day, every day, as much as possible. You just talking.
Yeah, low key.
Not just talking, but like you're talking. Do you ever get burnt out?
Hence the Jordan speaking.
Yeah. You ever get burnt out doing that all the time? Like, bro, I've been talking all day. I just want to shut up.
Nah, I love talking, man. My friends will tell you, my family will tell you, I love talking, man.
Wow.
Even this is beautiful. And
Yes.
when I do feel overwhelmed, you know, it's easy for me to disconnect. I go play Call of Duty or something, Assassin's Creed or something. And then I'm back and I'm refreshed and I'm recharged and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
Talking, I don't ever get tired of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can do it all day.
Straight. Let's talk about some of the guests you had on your podcast. Anything crazy? Any crazy moments? Anything wild?
I'm trying to think. I did have one guest, and just speaking about professionalism, he started the interview with his grilling, couldn't talk right. Mid-interview, took it out. And you know, in editing, it's like, man, you really throwing my audio off.
Right.
Then he got a phone call from his mom mid-interview, and now I'm getting annoyed. I'm like, bro, you throwing this whole thing off.
Yeah.
Can we get this done? So really just moments like that where people don't respect the craft or respect your time.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. So I was thinking of freaking like maybe somebody had an experience, like actual like content, like somebody actually went through something. That sucks though. That the guest came in and disrespected your platform like that.
Yeah.
Nakamura. But
So,
no,
that's
but like
really been it.
okay, so I should say any good guests. Like what's like one of the best guests you had?
One of the best guests I had, her name is Alana. Alana Scott. She is a therapist in Connecticut, and she had a moment where she was talking about how kids really soak up everything they see.
Yeah.
And she's a spiritual person, loves God. Thought he was about to clip me.
Yo, man, I was getting some
But,
looks out here.
Yeah. So
Let's go around these field folks.
she was talking about prayer. And one of her most problematic kids over time would see her pray and was like, hey, Miss Alana, can you teach me how to pray? And that was a breakthrough moment, because kids really, you can talk to them, you can try to relate to them,
Yeah.
but a lot of it is demonstrating the way that they should go. And she was able to do that. And it didn't take her degree or years of experience. It just took her consistency in that kid's life.
Right.
And being the right, like, mentor, being the right resource. So that was everything. And that whole episode is just filled with gems. It's called Triumph Talk. And it's like an hour long and one of our most viewed episodes. But it just talks about just triumphing over all of life's obstacles, all the difficulties, and keeping God in the center of it.
If a 17-year-old boy DM'd you saying, man, I feel hopeless, I don't know what to do, what's something you would tell him?
Ooh. You know, I've never been asked that, but
It's different on this side, baby. Polymaf.
I guess I'll think back to 17-year-old me, because at times I did feel like that. And the number one thing is that it gets better. You just got to stick with it long enough to see it get better. A lot of people don't stick with it long enough.
Yeah.
And that's when you see people crashing out or giving up, losing hope, ending it all. But it does get better. And at 17, you haven't even really experienced life yet.
Word.
You know, your brain ain't even fully developed yet.
Word. I'm about to say some crazy.
Yeah. So you don't even know how good it can be. You just know what you know right now.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, it'll get better. You just got to stick with it long enough to see it get better.
All right, well, we're just gonna hop on the beach and do some sprints.
Absolutely not. Say what now? I thought it was walk with me, not the sprint with me.
We're doing the whole workout. Oh man.
You know, and I always wonder too, how do you film these?
Yeah.
And now that I see it, I'm like, yeah, it's work.
Yeah.
My boy be getting the steps in.
Yeah. We're doing it for real. It'd look like we have a whole camera crew with like a gimbal and all that thing.
Yeah.
The last episode I just dropped with Mike Squires, it shit looks like a movie. I color graded
Mike
it and
is a
everything.
nut, yo.
Oh yeah, you're familiar with him?
Yeah, yo, bro, it's hilarious. Man, through the whole Connect Four tournament in the mall and all that.
See that, bro. People were coming up to us asking him, like, are you still doing it? Like, what? Connect at 4? Grown men.
Some people loved it, bro. And again, that's the thing, bro. Community, people cared.
He's like, what's up, guys?
So where's the Connect Four?
Yeah.
Put my watch back on. I was like, oh.
Oh, bro.
So I thought he was about to get me.
He was like, Mike Squires was like, you gotta come next year. And he was like, yeah, I guess if I'm still around. And Mike was like, what? He goes, no, I might be in Brooklyn or something.
All right.
And I was like, what the
You gotta clarify that,
Yeah,
About to do a wellness check on you.
That's the clip I'm cutting today. I'm gonna post it. Like, it was the most awkward silence, and Mike Squires was like, "You mean, in the area?"
bro. Or like on this realm. Like,
Yeah, it was the
on
funniest thing. He said, "Yeah, if I'm still around."
so if you say so.
Yeah, Tim, we could go. I think we could go through this park, like over this little bridge. Ooh, watch your back.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, thank you. Bottomless brunch.
You doing brunch at Playland?
This spot right here. Bunch of white women.
No, that's the first thing I noticed when I pulled up. I said, oh,
Oh yeah, this is Rye,
they
baby.
jogging out here, walking their dogs. Dogs on the beach.
Yeah, man. Born and raised, right rack.
I
Ask
feel
about
safe.
him.
You said Rye Rack?
That woman with the crazy MAGA shirt on. I was like, oh my god.
Oh no, I did
Oh,
not.
I
see
definitely didn't see that.
that.
It said, make Rye great again.
So how long you been doing the podcast?
This year will be 5 years.
Yeah.
November 16th, 5 years.
What's some things about your podcast that other podcasts might not know, like or might not be doing that they should be doing, whether it be like if you do anything monetization wise or promoting wise or editing wise, posting wise?
I think one big thing, and I'm still learning it, is simplifying your workflow.
Okay.
Putting the systems in place to, especially if you're someone who's gonna edit all your stuff in the beginning and may not have a budget to outsource it,
Yeah.
simplify your workflow. If it means I'm only audio in the beginning, cool. If it means you start shooting video off your phone, cool. Whatever it is that you can create the content, sound good, and do it consistently.
So you produce your own pod.
Mm-hmm.
How did you learn about the information and to get the right equipment and how to record and do all that good stuff?
A lot of it was my brother David. So he went to school for audio engineering,
Yeah.
and he was also a manager at Guitar Center at the time. So he was the plug for all the equipment because I was getting the crazy discounts, and he taught me how to use it all. And then a lot of it too was reaching out to people I already knew with a podcast
Yeah.
and asking them, what works, what doesn't work, how do I get my thing on all these platforms, and really just being a student of the game.
Right.
I watched so many podcasts before I started mine, and I was like, okay, how do they talk? How does the episode flow?
Yeah.
How long is the episode? How do they structure their guests? All of that stuff. And I looked at whoever was like number one in each industry,
Right. Okay.
what I liked and what I didn't like. Of course, I started with Joe Rogan because he's like podcast king.
Yeah.
But I was like, that flow don't really work for me. So then I found what did. And you keep practicing. Because at first I sounded hella nervous talking. But from episode 1 to episode 100, you can see the confidence grow. You can see the cadence grow. And you see the audience grow.
And you have co-hosts. Oh.
Nah, just me.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll bring guests on.
Okay.
So a number of episodes will be by myself. And then we have like a noteworthy guest. We'll bring that guest on and connect with them. But a lot of it is just me. In the beginning, we rotated. So one episode would be just me. And then the next week's episode would be a guest.
Yeah.
And the way my schedule was working out, it didn't always work for me to bring in a guest all the time. And I wanted to upgrade all my camera equipment before I started bringing guests back on because I wanted them to look good.
Right.
So I switched back to just audio right now because
Okay.
it was easier for me. We did video for like 2 years and I was like, this is too much right now. So I switched back to audio. Been smooth ever since. But just staying consistent, don't stop doing it. A lot of people, it gets difficult and they're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do video or I don't know if I want to do that. Just do what's easiest for you. Because the people that care about your content,
But are you satisfied?
They'll find you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are you satisfied with the engagement and with the if you are getting listens and stuff? Because you are selling yourself short to a certain extent with not having any video because you can't. It's hard for you to promote it.
yeah. So that has required me to get creative with content.
Yeah.
So whether that's going live, getting content from my events or just shooting one-off videos that are strictly for social media,
Right.
that's been easier than
You can bring it to back to the park, Tim.
that's been easier than trying to do a whole bunch of editing. Because I could do it. It's just a matter of finding the time
Yeah.
with all the other things I do.
Right.
So
Watch your back, Tim. Good. Word. Well, this is a perfect moment for our sponsor.
yeah,
It's not what you think it is. But I know you're a bigger guy and it's hot out. So shout out to Stay Fly Clothing for towel for my boy.
let's do
Wipe
it.
that sweat up for me, man. Yeah, the other side's the softer side, I think. Yeah. And that's for you to keep, man, because I don't want that now.
Yo, you're fun.
Yeah, I was prepared. I was like, you know what? I got an idea.
And that's where the creativity comes in.
Word. What's a time when someone came with you with an issue and you solved it like the best? Like, what's your best, I would say, client, I guess, or the best advice you gave somebody? They needed it the most. You pick and choose, bro.
Best advice I've given somebody. I don't even want to say advice, but I had someone who was really struggling with their identity and like feeling like they're worth it, you know, worthy of good things, worthy of the positive things in life that come to them. Because there's a lot of imposter syndrome that takes place.
Shit.
Yeah. Feeling like an imposter.
That's
but
me all day.
just reassuring them that they are worthy of good things
Yeah.
and you deserve good things. And it's not always based on your self-value. You know, you can really not love yourself right or not feel the greatest about yourself and still be worthy of good things. A lot of people tie it together. And it's
Right.
like, oh, if I don't feel good about myself or I'm not confident in myself, then I'm not worthy of any of these good things. But you are. And just trusting that you are.
Ain't nothing over this bus has the parking lot. But word.
Yeah.
Do you feel that like helping, hearing all these problems and stuff, wear on you?
Yes and no.
Right.
I think to some extent I'm built a little bit different. I think that might be my superpower, is my capacity to hold space for other people's emotions, but also having the right tools in place to balance it out. You know, because we're like sponges, and after a while that sponge can only hold but so much water. Then you got to wring it out, and I know how to do that for myself. So whether that's going for walks, going to the gym, talking to my own therapist, or whatever it may be, all of that helps.
Is there a term for that? Is that what they call decompress, or is that something else?
You could call that decompressing, yeah. Being able to get all of these things out, being able to just be a loaf sometimes. You know, a lot of times we get caught up in doing. It's okay to not do something and
That's
not
crazy.
feel guilty about it.
Word.
Because I used to stop doing things and take a break, and then I feel guilty. Like, man, I should be doing something. I should be working. I don't want to be lazy. But sometimes you truly need a break.
Yeah.
And if you don't take a break, your body's going to tell you. Your body will take the break for you.
Ooh.
So it's important to prioritize rest.
Word. Damn, my city's actually beautiful.
It ain't bad, man.
Hell yeah. You do you go on vacations at all?
Yeah.
Or some places you traveled?
Last year I went to Atlanta.
Nice.
I went to visit my brother in Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
And then I went to see my best friend in Oregon.
Oregon. How was that?
And that was my first time, man. Oregon is beautiful. It's like top two. It's probably not two most beautiful places I've been in
is
America.
Crazy.
They go Oregon, then the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I bet, man. It don't take much. I remember I went to Maine, or this was New Hampshire actually. I went hiking, and it was like the most beautiful thing. When I went to the summit the peak, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And like the view of the lake I was like, oh yeah, now this is what Lewis and Clark died for.
We don't get nature the way that we should out here, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Not to the same extent.
Especially we being in Manhattan, like that shit crazy.
Nah, ain't no nature. Just cement and
Yeah,
bad
buildings. Pollution. Word, that air be fucking you up. I want to see if there's a menu in here real quick, Timmy. See if they got anything that's not fucking killing me. Might get something here afterwards. I'll just Google it later. Oh, here we go. The Barley Beach House.
Guac and chips. Anybody want to take a stab at the price?
Alright, it's okay, they're bubble tea.
Let's keep it
It
moving
is
before they
bad
see
beans
before
out
they
here.
ask me questions.
You're not allergic to these bees, is it?
I'm not. I'm blessed out here. The only thing I'm allergic to is amoxicillin.
Amoxicillin.
And I tell people I'm allergic to tomatoes because I don't like them.
That's crazy.
So I make sure I
I
remember.
don't like tomatoes.
I just don't like the texture
Okay, I can see that.
of like squishing into something, like the cherry tomatoes. Like,
Cherry tomatoes are on.
I know it's like nature's fruit gusher, but I'm good.
Just the regular ones I'm straight with.
Yeah. Definitely won't take a, like, people be biting the tomatoes. Like, what's wrong with you?
Nah, I knew somebody. I had a neighbor that would eat tomatoes like an apple.
Yeah, nah, see?
I said,
That's
nah,
why
I can't do that. That's
yeah.
diabolical.
It's savage.
Serial killer behavior.
Are most of your friends in the mental health field too?
Yeah, nah. Not my close friends.
Word.
My close friends be the ones that need my help.
Yeah. Are they? Yeah, word. That's what I was going to say. Because you were talking about you had friends that's been arrested and stuff too. So you got friends of still like of all walks of
I
life.
got friends of all walks of life, man.
Yeah.
And I got friends that are in a healing space, friends that do social work, friends that are ministers, friends that are cops, friends that are in crime, like whatever you could think of.
You ever came across a situation where you had to separate yourself from friends and had to cut people off?
Yeah, 100%. Sometimes that distance is necessary
Right.
because you can be unevenly yoked in a friendship. You know, not everybody is meant to go the direction you're going. And sometimes trying to hold on to that will weigh you down.
I low-key be cutting off friends. Well, hopefully this guy doesn't punch me in the mouth again. Or try to punch me in the mouth. I call this nigga Malcolmore. All right. But nah, I feel like, like especially me, like growing in the entertainment field and the media field, I feel like I had to cut certain people off that was just more part of my past and wasn't really fitting into my future. Like close friends.
Yeah,
I was
that's
like,
the
bro,
thing.
if I can't bring you into certain buildings now, there's no reason for you to even be around.
And your friends got to represent you well.
Yeah.
They got to be a good representation of you, and sometimes they're not. And it's not to say, you know, excommunicate them, but they're just gonna fit into a different box in your life now.
Yeah.
They may go from best friend to acquaintance. They still in your life, just in a different category.
I get it. But I don't even need, like, I'm so busy. It's like, bro, if you can't be part of the plan,
Yeah.
you gotta low-key beat it.
And some people become liabilities, bro.
Pollution, liability, in the way.
Start weighing you down.
Yeah, burdens,
Or you
extra
could lose
baggage.
out an opportunity because of a friend.
Yep.
That's the last thing you want.
Word up.
Any friend that's messing up business or messing up your future
Yeah.
is not a friend.
It's a fact. What's gonna be different about the mental health barbecue than it was last year? It's obviously grown.
Yeah, first things first is location. This is our first time being off-site. By off-site, I mean not in my backyard. So location is everything. More vendors.
Yeah,
different things
What kind
to
of vendors do you
interact.
have? Does that have to do with anything with mental health, or do you have like weed vendors? Everybody's saying?
No.
Oh. Well, weed is good for your mental health.
I mean, yes and no.
Uh-huh.
That's debatable.
Okay, go on.
Does it have benefits? Yes. But then I think some people can become ultra dependent on it.
Like myself, perhaps. Like Timmy. Shout out to
You know
Eureka
what I'm saying?
Vapors in the cannabis realm.
Because it'll make you feel better. It'll help you in the moment. But until you get to the root of the issue, it's just putting a Band-Aid on a big wound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to address whatever it is that makes you feel like you need it and work on that. So that way you don't need it. Because
What if it's just like a focus thing? But you know, I know people like, shout out to my man's Wax. and he be smoking. Like we can't record podcast episodes on Sunday because he needs to smoke. Because he says he be thinking about the world when he doesn't. He doesn't smoke on Sundays. So
Okay.
when he doesn't smoke, he's like, I'm in reality. And I guess that's his time to face those problems like what he smokes all week.
Sound like he's trying to escape.
Yeah, well, I would get shit. I would too if I was him.
And that's a lot of people, man. A lot of people do it as a way of escape. But the same thing you use for escape can also lead you to captivity. Because now you're stuck to something that you can't let go of. And you're trading one issue for another.
Ooh.
And then it's an expensive habit. Over time,
Yeah, it is.
when you do your budget at the end of the year, when you do your financial projections and all that, sit there and ask yourself, okay, how much did I spend on leisure? And by leisure, I mean weed
Yeah.
or liquor. Some people is liquor.
Oh Lord. See, that's the thing too. That's why I really cut down on drinking. I used to be a fiend. And I really couldn't edit unless I had like a 12-pack of Heineken and drink the whole
Bro, I've been
12-pack.
there.
And by the time I'd be done with the 12-pack, I'd be done with the edit. And I'm like, perfect. Next edit, next 12-pack Heineken.
Nah, I definitely used to be hooked on the liquor, man.
Yeah.
I was definitely a big binge drinker. I had to break free from it though.
But I also look at it like this, bro. Like I feel like I definitely got ADHD. I do. I don't know.
Most people do.
And I feel like I'm saving money on weed, and it's better for me than if I was going to the CVS pharmacy and getting myself Adderall, like I was
Yeah.
doing from 7th grade all the way to my freshman year in college, which is God knows how many years, way too long. I should not have been 12 years old on that medication, but
Nah. And with that, different medications work different for different people. And then finding the right dose. But that's
So you're a believer of medication then? Man-made medication?
in certain instances, yeah. But I'm not huge on all medications. Some medications fuck you up even worse. So it's about finding the thing that really works for you. And some doctors don't have your best interest in mind. They'll just prescribe you some shit that's dumb strong and it'll make you shut up.
Yeah. Are you on any medication?
Nah.
You can tell me, it's a safe space.
Nah, not
me,
for
you,
like-
and the viewers.
I mean, for different things, but nothing for mental health related or like focus or anything like that.
For blood pressure?
Nah.
My fault.
For blood pressure, it's crazy. No, but definitely blood sugar though.
Okay. Oh, you're
Yeah,
diabetic.
yeah, pre-diabetic.
Freedom. Oh
Yeah.
God.
So-
what does that mean? That means it's inevitable.
No, it means you in a space where you can turn it around.
Oh shit!
yeah.
You're in the probationary
Basically.
period.
This is why I'm out here walking with you. I gotta get 10,000 steps in.
Is that something that you developed growing up, or you had it?
Nah, you develop it over time. I was pre-diabetic when I was younger. Lost weight. Then as an adult, I had poor eating habits, bad relationship with food. I was an emotional eater, all those things. And then my mental health slipping, I fell into a space where I was pre-diabetic again. And I was one of them men, because a lot of men do not fuck with going to the doctor. Or just be like, nah, I feel straight, so I'm good. You're not good. And you don't know if you're good until you go get tested. So went, got my blood work done.
See,
They say, yeah, your A1C a little elevated, but you could catch it now or reverse it. So
the
that's the
importance of
process.
having a career, to have insurance, to be able to go get checked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Lord knows I'm rotten inside.
Man, state insurance is clutch. I'm on that Connecticut state insurance. They pay for everything.
Oh, nice.
It's a beautiful thing.
All right.
I be going just cause now.
Okay.
Because I'm like, if they gonna pay for it, I'm going.
Absolutely. When I worked at Costco, that was probably the only good things. I had health insurance. I was going to the clinic and getting everything checked out, putting things in spots and giving me the rundown. Let's just backtrack a little bit because we got sidetracked about the vendors and weed. But what other vendors are you going to have, and talk about the differences again about last year and this year with the mental health barbecue?
Yeah, so we have some vendors who are authors and they write mental health books for children, faith-based books for children. We have some who have mental health clothing lines. Some come and do mental health interviews. Shout out to my people, the HSL Project on Instagram. They came through and did some dope interviews, man. And they're out in New York sometimes too, shooting content, but they do a lot of interviews centered around mental health and like live in person on the street.
Word.
And they're dope, man. So different vendors like that, man, that align with the mission, align with the core values. That's who we really like to see. And people we could connect them to. So like, you may come to the Cookout looking for a certain kind of help, it'll be there for you.
Yeah, so other professionals will be there. Other mental health professionals.
100%.
What else is different than last year?
Food. So first 2 years, it was me, my brother, and my friends on the grill. This year we got a caterer.
Yeah, who is it?
Barbecue Bully.
Nice.
He's based out of Stratford, Connecticut. He's dope, man. He'll pull up with the whole big, giant ass barbecue pit.
Oh, wow.
He'll roast a pig, whole pig if you need him to. Pulled pork, brisket, burgers, dogs, all of that. All the food I probably shouldn't be eating.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna eat it. But yeah, man. So food is gonna be different, vendors is gonna be different. And obviously the capacity to have more people.
Yeah.
So we're shooting for 100 people this year.
Okay.
I really think we're gonna pass that though.
How do you get a ticket? How much does it cost?
So a ticket is $25. And to me, that's good value because you go out to eat at a restaurant, you're gonna spend $25 on food anyway.
Right.
You're getting food here plus the extra experience. So it's $25, but we also have people that donate tickets. There's a lot of opportunities for free tickets. And if someone truly can't afford it, that doesn't stop you. Like, we'll let you go for free if you truly can't afford it, because I'm not gonna stop somebody from having an experience that could potentially change their life over $25. So if you truly don't got it, you can still come.
Yeah.
Just DM me, email me, whatever it is, and we'll make sure that you get there.
Aside from, Tim, we could go down. Like, remember how we walked down like the parking lot with Mike from the Eureka interview? So we like go down the parking lot, walk down towards the water. Yeah, walk towards like the back of the parking lot. Have you looked into like sponsors, perhaps?
Yeah. So that's the part I'm trying to figure out now. Is sponsors, and even bigger than that, getting grants. So I've been working with a mentor who was like, yeah, what we really need to think about, he's already got me thinking about the event for next year and then the years beyond that.
Yeah.
And he said the best thing you could do is try and get a really big grant so that way you can pay yourself a salary off of the grant, but then also fund this event and future events. And I was like, you know what? This is why I needed mentorship, because I wouldn't have thought that. And a lot of people who are in this space, or you're an entrepreneur or whatever it may be, look into getting grants, man. You don't got to be a nonprofit to get a grant. You could be a for-profit. And even you could get grants.
Oh, let me tell you something, African-American people
Fund
of
all the
America.
stuff you do.
They got specific grants just for black people
Just for
that
us.
own businesses.
And they're looking to give that money away.
And best believe I'm going to dabble in that as I have black, as a African American.
You said African.
Again, all it takes is a drop.
Hey, man, that's all it is, man. One drop in that bucket.
Yeah.
That 23andMe.
Timmy's
on
black
show.
by penetration.
Penetration?
Oh yeah, you didn't ask about my man.
What happened?
my boy got a black shorty, man. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so we all about to get this grant.
Yeah.
I've been looking into it, especially as like a podcast producer. They have grants for like people in the production field.
Yeah, production
And
and
it's
media.
mad easy to pitch that to
Yes.
lenders and stuff.
Especially if you're already doing it and have the content to create a good pitch deck.
Yeah.
It's easy. And there's a lot of like localized grants, like grant specific, just your area.
Right.
That people don't know about, but there's millions of dollars being given away each year. You just got to go get it.
Yeah. You got to find the you got to find
And that's
the
easier than trying to find a customer.
an advertiser or not like a sponsor.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was you, I don't know if you've already done this, but yeah, like you know how like Charlamagne the Guy does his mental health expo and there's and you're in the field, so you've probably been to tons of events.
You don't know how bad I've been trying to go to that expo.
It's mad easy, bro. You just
So-
take the fucking train.
The first 2023, I was gonna go, and I told you I tore my Achilles.
Oh yeah.
I tore my Achilles the day before the event, couldn't go.
Oh man.
And then last year, I was gonna go, and my cousin passed away, and I had to go to Atlanta. So every time I was gonna go, couldn't go. And then one dude who's always there, Dr. Jay Barnett,
Yeah.
he came to New Haven last year, and again, bad timing. Something came up and I couldn't go. Had a ticket and everything. So
October.
we gonna connect.
It's usually like October, the second weekend in October. So
Yeah.
October 11th through 13th is usually when it is. So make sure you not do it this fall.
I pray nothing is happening to me this fall. I be
Stay in the
trying,
crib like the whole month of October. Just stay in the house.
Bro, wrap myself in bubble wrap. But
It was fun.
Definitely would love
I went to the first
connect
one.
with them.
It's all free. They're giving out mad shit. You can meet so many people. Like that's when you just peep.
Yo,
you know,
that's where the connections happen.
You could go there, you know, and indulge in the content and indulge in what's going on. But when I go there, I'm peeping how to fucking run my own mental health expo.
Yes, taking mental notes. Man.
So yeah, I'm looking at the operation of things. Who these sponsors are and who's the guy that and how much they paying for this little spot. So maybe I could get a piece of this. I'm doing the same thing in Connecticut, and you have a well-versed resume. All your content is visible. You have a dope website. Like getting information on you for this interview was a piece of cake.
It wasn't difficult. Yeah,
no, man, you got your links in your bio and all that. So yeah, Timmy got us walking across the desert.
You said for the parking lot.
I was thinking like that way.
I definitely thought you meant that way.
Well, last time we were parked over here, so I just walked the same way.
You better take us to the warehouse, man.
You gotta have us clock in.
But yeah, no, I definitely want to go to that, man. I've been thinking about it. Been trying to get there. And then when I can't go, I've been watching all the videos on YouTube from the event, man. And I'm like, this is the space I got to get into.
Yeah. You would definitely leave out that hoe inspired.
That's the goal, man.
I went one time. I went the first year, and it literally changed my whole mindset. I've been more patient with women, and like I've just been more accepting of people's feelings and thinking how they would feel, like how I would feel if I responded. I think about their emotions when I'm talking to people. Like,
yeah,
as like a leader and as like a somebody that hires people and stuff like that, have people work for me. I gotta talk to people like they're human beings and not be like a George Jetson's boss.
Yeah. And you never know what somebody's going through. You know,
Word.
Somebody may offend you, but sometimes you got to consider the source.
I'm the bigger person.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm an adult. Literally, people be snarky with me. God bless you, man.
Being a bigger person is cool, man. It don't always feel good. Sometimes I'm the bigger person, I feel like a bitch.
Yeah.
I be like, damn, did I really let this person get one over on me? Did I really just let them? And then really it's about, no, Jordan, you got more to lose in this person.
Yeah.
You can't afford to just react the way you want to react or go based off the emotion. You really got to think about it.
That's my life. That's what it is. See, you are a life coach.
I be trying. I be trying, man.
I'm the bigger person. I have more to lose.
Yeah.
I have way more to lose than 99% of the
thing
people that got beef with me.
You turn on Channel 3 News or some shit and it's like, Angelo was arrested for whooping somebody's ass.
Or you fuck with somebody that got nothing to lose and they done shot to popped your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get your ego getting
Or you
away.
fuck around and get sued and lose your company.
And that part too.
Uh-huh.
So you got it at the end of the day, folks.
That's all it takes. It's like, you know what? You win, bro. You got it.
Word.
I'll back up.
Yo, Tim, we could go to the tables. Let's sit down at the tables by the water with a nice view. And we can walk back. Yeah, man. So you said you had like a weight gain. Was that due to like all this like? Because you said you played basketball in high school and stuff. You said you were an athlete.
I was definitely an athlete. I played football though. I played football and lacrosse in high school.
Look, you were a blackser.
I did what I could, man. I played 1 year lacrosse. I wish I played more.
Yeah, that was like me. I was like, fuck, I would try this out.
I'm not gonna hold you. We could really take over lacrosse. We just need to get more of it in black communities.
Bro, there was when we were in high school, there was the two brothers from Long Island, Ramel and Shamel Bratton.
Mm-hmm.
They played for Chaminade, and they were the Blacksters, man. It gave me motivation. Actually, I wonder if they still follow me on IG.
We could really take that sport over.
Yeah. You can do anything. Hockey is on the way.
Bro, I'm telling you. It's just certain sports are too expensive.
That's what it is. It's hard to get started.
Yeah.
You know, all the good athletes come from the most impoverished areas and the impoverished families. So they can't buy no hockey equipment.
I think that's why you see less black people in baseball. Baseball is fucking expensive.
No, it's the opposite, actually. That's why it's all Spanish people.
Nah, them travel teams, sometimes they be taxing.
Yeah, but that's all a hoax anyways, because if you're good, they'll find you, bro.
Is it really?
Yeah, bro. Like AAU to a certain extent, like if you're good, they'll want you on the team. Like you don't even got to pay for
that.
Yeah,
AAU 100%, yeah. Golf, another expensive sport.
From Miami, bro, that never even like went to school for a single day.
Yeah, they just been training hitting bottle caps with sticks.
Yo, I be seeing them clips. I'm not fucking with no kid that's hitting bottle caps with sticks.
They just sit right here at the
They're
end.
too nice.
For this, I'll be damned if I'm responsible for him tearing this Achilles again.
Nah.
But I hope you got that shit reinforced or whatever.
Nah, from walking around, we good, man.
Word. Oh man, I like your shirt. This is your merch?
Oh yeah, man.
We got something in your hair. explain this quote. My story is my strength.
Yeah, so my story is literally that is my strength. I think there was a lot of power in sharing my story, which is why the podcast started. And when I go places and speak, oftentimes it's my story. So this one story could have ruined me, could have destroyed my mental health, but turned into the thing that allows me to bless other people. So there was so much strength in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I gotta apologize because I'm so selfish. I was like, yo, I gotta bring him a towel to show off my merch. He's dying and needs water. That's what I should have brought. He's dying.
Yo, I'm one of them people, I sweat very easily, bro.
Word.
Which is why summertime I'm only wearing black. I can't wear no gray. But I sweat super easily.
Oh yeah, because that's the stains.
Yeah.
Through.
And I won't be tired.
Yeah.
I'll just be hot.
Word.
So 100% that's me.
Yeah, that's dope. I think that you could really. I feel like if you do go to like a mental health, any type of event, you really should peep out who's got like booths and stuff and who's really sponsoring shit. And you should really reach out because you could really make some good money.
Yeah.
And reinvest in your brand, whether it be anything, equipment, merch, and put that back in there with the. That's what I do with my parties and stuff and my sponsorships when I promote stuff on my walk and talks, and they pay me. I literally promote their brands. Like for you, what I would do if I was you, if I was to get sponsors at a mental health barbecue, I would have literally like outlets. Like I guess I don't know what to call it, like literally mental health companies, like stuff that deals with that area and have set up booths where there be information and they pay what I don't know a price maybe $200 to set up a table and hand out information and stuff.
Yeah.
Like same thing as vendors almost.
That's exactly what we're looking into, man. And it's funny you said that. I'm looking into people in that area, because this one is 30 minutes from where I normally am at.
Yeah.
So looking into people in that area that do that kind of work and getting them to come, because this is their target audience as well. Yeah. So for any company, when you can get that many eyes of their target audience in front of them, like you can source that people for them, it's valuable and it's of value to them. So it's definitely something I'm looking into.
Yeah, I think that'd be huge, and you could definitely bring out 100 people in there, and especially if you have a whole bunch of, reach out to like influencers and people with following, so they could post and make their own reels, like and do their own recaps, and then that'll build your brand too. Like at my Polymaf live show, I had so many influencers come and they just did a reel and made my shit look hot. And because they wanted to make them look hot because they do content, they needed the content.
They need the content.
So you should reach out to people that will create content. But you have the people that do the interviews there, the podcast.
Yeah.
You get people that will like do a recap for you. 4 or 5 people, that's 4 recaps, and they'll do it for free pretty much because they need.
They probably will, just because of the content.
Just invite them in there. To create content, and I think that'd be dope. And then the next year it'd be even better because you have footage from last year. Photos, hire photographers, all that shit, bro. Content is the king.
I was gonna say content is so key. If
you don't have the
bro.
content, you're
it's almost like it didn't happen if you didn't get the content.
Yeah, you gotta, It's
literally like it didn't happen. You gotta have some kind of photo and a lot of video.
And it goes such a long way because you could use it for flyers, you could use it for email blasts now, content for days. Yeah, you have, especially if you're filming, you have reels throughout the whole year. You could post. You could post shit in winter from the barbecue.
Yeah, and stay fresh in people's minds, man. It's like you gotta just constantly stay in front of people. You know, you gotta remain visible and be able to repurpose content all the time, man.
Is there anybody that you want to shout out that's maybe in your area or not even that just helped you along your journey, helping you to be the man that you are today? Yeah.
Besides my family, like my mother, my brothers, a lot of my friends, but shout out to my therapist too. His name is Kevin Muhammad, right? Shout out to him, man, because he really helped me through a lot. So he's a dope dude. And then my boy, Splash, his name is Maurice Eastwood, but he go by Splash. He does dope things in Connecticut in the mental health space, man. His brand is Seek Therapy now. And he's literally like my counterpart in Connecticut. I'm in this Bridgeport area. He's like an hour away in the Hartford area. And he's doing dope things, man, whether it's retreats, run clubs, men's groups, therapy sessions. He got his own store to help fight food injustice, all types of stuff, man. So he does everything. So shout out to Splash, man.
All right, let's start walking back to the car. Keep rolling, too. Look, Tim, someone took your shit.
I just let them do that, too.
That was your shit. That'd be crazy. Have you ever heard of the Stanford TEDx talk?
No.
So
I've heard of TEDx, but I didn't know they had one in Stanford.
Yeah, I just seen somebody that does like social media content, like I don't know what he does, to be honest. He calls himself the Godfather of Instagram.
I respect it.
You know what I'm talking about.
That's a big title, though.
Yeah, he's just because he's Italian. Oh shit! Look at me, pop up on there. But oh, what was I about to show you? Yeah, Stanford TEDx, and I'm pretty sure I don't know how to, but I feel like you could, if you did it right, you could definitely pitch it and get on the stage because you are a speaker. TEDx Stanford.
And we talked about gatekeeping earlier.
I think this is kind of made up actually.
Potential for me and so many others. And I knew.
I go to the page, it's only 162 followers. I think somebody just made it up and called it TEDx Stanford.
Called it TEDx Stanford.
Which is genius because I was interested. It looked good.
Yeah, I mean, and if it's good, no one's going to question it.
I'll cut this part out and we'll create it.
Yeah. As a fact.
But yeah, we was talking about gatekeeping earlier with information. In the speaking space, like professional speakers, there's so much gatekeeping, bro.
Really? What do you gatekeep?
Access to people who need speakers. So the toughest thing.
Oh, so you keep getting the gigs?
Yeah. No, a lot of people will build relationships with these people and make sure you don't get a gig.
I mean, shit.
And then when you come into it and it's like, okay, where do I start as a speaker? How do I do this? How do I get into that?
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, it's just, yeah, pay us $2,000 for a course and we'll make sure that you get a speaking gig. And it's not guaranteed.
Right.
And then they're just selling you information that you can get on YouTube for free.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's what I did.
Right.
And then I just got good at it. But it's a matter of trying to find people or get in front of people that need your services. And they'll leverage their platform and your money to help put you in front of people.
Give us I don't know. I'm not sure how to word it, but I just wanted you to give us some motivation for someone that, let me come up with a scenario and you give somebody some advice. This may be about me or not. Damn it.
So this is really personal.
But all right, let's say somebody is going through imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, and it's literally holding them back financially. This guy knows he's the best. Yeah. In the game, but he's just afraid to get turned away. He likes to hear yeses. So when people ask him to do a service, he charges them a super low price and kind of undersells himself.
Man, I've been there.
He knows damn well he should be charging more than the average
twice that price.
Yeah. What advice would you give to that person?
The first thing is, if you're in any form of business, just in life, rejection is a part of the process. And especially when it comes to your price, if everyone says yes to your price, it's too low. I remember I was negotiating with somebody and I was like, yeah, you know, I could probably do this for $350. He said yes so fucking fast. I said, damn, I left money on the table.
That's the worst ones. I'm doing a baby shower in 2 weeks. And I was like, it was from my homie and his aunt reached out to me. And I was like, I'll do it for $100. She was like, wow, that's it? I'm like,
yeah. Now you kicking yourself like, damn, I could have double, triple that
I was like,
price.
actually, no, that's a type I meant. I missed a zero.
I meant 1,000. Yeah. But yeah, rejection is a part of the process. And also understanding, like, as far as the imposter piece of it, really challenge those thoughts. With anything, with any negative feeling you have, ask yourself, why is it that I feel like this? And what's the evidence that substantiates that? Like, I used to be a person who had low self-confidence. And I was like, man, I don't really like how I feel. I don't like the way I look. And then my therapist was like, okay, but what's the evidence that works against that? And I was like, okay, I've had a lot of relationships. Women like me. People love me. You know, I like all this other stuff. And I'm like, man, there's really nothing to prove the negative feeling I have about myself. Yeah. So if you're someone in business and you're like, you know you're the best, there's nothing proving that you shouldn't charge what you want to charge. Right. Because it's like, man, okay, this is how long I've been in business. This is who I work with. This is how much my content reaches people. You know, this is my engagement. So
to go to the water again, to the boardwalk.
You do all that. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, why do you feel the way you feel? And at the root of it, you're like, but it really ain't no reason I should be feeling the way I feel. And then that imposter syndrome starts to fade away.
And especially when you get that first yes of that, when you set that big price. Because, you know, I think like when it comes to my situation, like when it comes to me charging, I feel like the imposter syndrome comes because when people don't want to do the price, they'll make you
sound crazy. Like, oh, what? You charge it like that? And then it's like, all right, bro, damn, I'll never charge that, nothing like that ever again. But you can't think like that.
I remember my first speaking engagement. This was when I first got in business, and I knew speakers get paid thousands of dollars. A lot of them minimum is $2,000. So I told him, I said, this is what my price is. And then he kind of like looked at it and was like, whoa, like what? Because I told him $2,000. He was like, whoa, what? Taken back by it. Couldn't give it to me.
Yeah.
Gave me something way lower than that. I still took it because I needed it. Fast forward, that's what I've gotten for several engagements.
Gotcha.
So it's like, just because someone else don't got it, don't mean you're not worth it. And just because they're not willing to pay it, doesn't mean that's not what you should charge.
Did you never think that you weren't good enough? Like damn, maybe my speaking, maybe I can't do like my job good enough to be able to charge that much?
Nah, I used to think that. And then it was on me in the beginning to establish myself as a leader in the space, which is where the podcast helped. Videos, content, like we said, content is king.
Yeah, we're just gonna go to the fence and finish up and take a thumbnail photo.
And doing it consistently enough. Because when you're consistent, people trust you.
Yeah.
So you're super consistent, which is why I trusted you to be like, hey, I want to push this event. I need to talk to you because I trust you in that space. And
You think we talked about it enough? We got some information about it, right? We got some clips.
You know, we might have a little something.
Yeah, I think we got something to
We
clip.
did a little bit.
We got something to promote it. But they know about it regardless. We're gonna make sure they know about it.
Oh yeah, no, they're gonna find out.
Yeah.
And if you coming from this area, it's really not far.
Bridgeport is not that far.
It took me 45 minutes to get here.
That one exit is kind of fucked up. That 27A thing is going as unnecessary.
Yeah. They tried to fix it though. They made it 2 lanes instead of 1.
But word.
But we was really cutting over something crazy at that 1 lane.
But yeah, tell the listeners where they could find you. Once again, reiterate where they could get tickets. For the mental health and for the mental health barbecue and what it is, and just shout yourself out real quick, my boy.
So again, my name is Jordan Smith. Come from Bridgeport, Connecticut. My goal is to connect 500 men with therapy by 2030. And you can find me at Jordan Speaking on Instagram. And the podcast is Daily Dimensions. You go on Google, type in Daily Dimensions Podcast, you'll find me.
Fire.